Good morning. This is the first video from the training channel, first live video from the training channel. And I thought this would be a good chance because as I was writing this thing out, I was thinking how insane it is. And the thing I'm talking about is the Instagram post that I put up yesterday, collaborated amongst all of the channels, the training channel, the 4.0, the wait a minute, 2.0, 2.0, 4.0 training channel. And I didn't use 6.9 and somebody called me. I believe it was Jethro. Yo, Bruce, what's up? The first ever comment on the training channel comes from none other than, of course, Bruce Wayne. That's suiting. That's fitting. What's up, dude? Good to be just us here right now. So, the reason I felt insane putting that post up is because generally every single thing that I have more than a singular thought on, I've done in long form format. It's why started creating videos in the first place. But then I kind of like backpedal a little bit and I'm thinking, you know, there's different ways to do different things on Instagram. And sometimes this purveys a better message. There's freaking 6 people here. Good morning, everybody. So here's the thing. This is HillerFit started 5 years ago. I'm gonna go. There's probably a couple of things that I'll add to this, but really, I tried to lay it all out. I was literally reading your Instagram post, and this notification popped up. That's crazy. I'm gonna read it to you about now, basically. So yeah, this will just be a little bit longer format, maybe going into a little bit about what I meant on a couple of things. So up until recently, I'd never advertised this program. I don't know why. It's almost like as the person who had a CrossFit gym, maybe I'm gonna go into a lot more than I thought I would. If like, I don't want to go line by line, but so when I had the gym, I had all my buddies. I didn't want to be known as the guy that was the, do CrossFit, do CrossFit, do CrossFit, because there was a sense of it that it was annoying. And I always wanted to be the epitome of it's for anyone, but not everyone. And I didn't want to force anyone to do it. I wanted to say, hey, I do this thing. I have this gym. It's the best. I know it's the best. Everyone who's ever come into it knows it's the best. And if you happen to make your way in here, that would be great. But I never wanted to go out of my way to tell people how great it was because there was that thing that CrossFitters do, right? Like tell me that you're a CrossFitter without telling me you're a CrossFitter. I never really wanted to do or be that. Yo, what's up, guys? Good morning. Lame user, Kenneth. Birdcatcher. The post worried me first. I thought you were, oh, that would have been insane. Yeah, that's kind of crazy. No, 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 no. Early morning banger. Yes, sir. 7 o'clock over by you, Jethro. Oddly enough, that's the reason I began the program. Oddly enough, the reason I began the program is the reason that this has changed. So I remember very early on, 2020. This is when this entire thing started, HillerFit. I had members at my gym, and I wrote it in here. They were clamoring for my workouts. They wanted them back. It was one of the things that I think made my gym my gym. I put a lot of pride into it, as a lot of programmers do. It's one of those things where when I critique videos on the internet, people get all up in arms or they don't. And if they don't, it's either they're incredibly confident or they don't care. The worst one, of course, being the fact they don't care. I didn't want to program for everybody because I thought that one of the most important things I did was I made everybody in the gym do the workouts. You know, it's the old school. You've got the cool kids in the corner. That's what I walked into when I started up at my affiliate. It was like 2014 before I bought into it. There was the cool kids club. They were over in the corner. And I'm like, we got to get rid of this. Everyone, no matter what, for the rest of time, will be doing the workouts with everybody else. And I didn't want to be the thing that led to the opposite of that for all my people. That said, they beat down the freaking barricade. They kept on coming at me. And eventually I was hearing the horror stories of what they were doing. And I'll say it, they were doing chalk and they were doing NC fit, combination to the two of those at the time. And I was just hearing about like things I didn't disagree with. And I'm like, all right, guys, I'll start writing workouts. So when I launched the program, 80 people started in right away. And that was crazy because it was $30 a month. I think I had it at 30, maybe it was 20. And there was also a period where it was 10. But at the moment it's 30. I think it was 30 then. I can't confirm that it was 20. I'd have to go back and check. But way back when, I was just thinking I had my 20 personal training clients that I was working with. And I was like, damn, I cannot believe that 80 people just want to come with. So there's that part where I talked about the personal training clients. This was my life. I do personal training, I write online workouts, and very much like in the start of this thing, I never wanted to make people stay. I never wanted to tell people they had to come in. So it was just there. So I'd have like 80, give or take 10. I never went over 100 in my time up until I started making YouTube videos. All right. So, and then this is where I get into a little bit of the story of it. I really missed because I didn't get from personal training and online program writing the camaraderie and the chopping it up that I had with my members. And that's where the entire creation of videos came from, where performance enhancing drugs was a topic and no reps were a topic. It's like, did you see so and so? And then, of course, as the owner of the gym, I couldn't just like get into it. And I'd say, hey, this is probably why they were doing that. Or we're going to go talk to that person about that, because you don't want to be talking behind people's back. It doesn't do any good for anybody. So that's where a lot of the videos came from. It was just me wanting to, give the people a chance and, give me a chance to continue talking about the stuff that I really enjoyed. And it was this video right here. I was sitting in Alexis's skincare parking lot, and I was just thinking, damn, I'm watching this thing in real time because on YouTube analytics, there's this thing, and it's like you get 10 views a minute, 10 views a minute, 20 views a minute, 30 views a minute. I'm like, damn, hundreds of people are watching this thing in an hour, a freaking hour. And I'm like, and they're watching it for 6 minutes on average. It's like having those conversations between class. To this day, it's the same freaking thing. I'll look at it and I'll go, I think the biggest one right away was the video I did with Haley Adams. There was the realization that 5 or 6,000 people were watching that thing in an hour. They click on it. And then later there were other videos. The crazy, I mean, there have been videos where there's tens of thousands of views an hour and the retention is wicked. And I'm just thinking, damn, when I was in my affiliate, at most, I had 25 people. I mean, because those were the biggest classes, right? On like holidays, sometimes you're at 30, 35 people in an hour, and you're really trying to get through those things. You don't want to be wasting people's times on Thanksgiving and Christmas and whatever it would be, Veterans Day, Labor Day, where everyone's in there and they want to go home after they've like sweat their butt off. But the thing was, when I realized that you could have 100 people all in the same room and then 1,000 people all in the same room every single minute, and they're all listening to the same thing. I'm like, damn, we can do a lot. And I wanted to start making these videos and the program in particular to help as many people as possible. And I saw it happening with this video. It stemmed from this, because when I'd be between classes, Jethro's in here. Phil Toon vlog still slaps. Yeah, it's one of the best ones ever. I was out at something with Greg out in Arizona at that point. But like all the gym owners know, right? One of the best things about being a gym owner or being a coach is that in that little in-between period where the new class is coming in, the old class is going out, or maybe you have a extended break between classes, or maybe you showed up 30 minutes before class and everyone else is just kind of warming up and you're just talking about stuff, gym-related stuff. I felt like there were potentially things the 6 a.m.ers were missing out on that the 6 p.m.ers would like to hear, and vice versa. And I wanted everyone to be part of it. So that's why I created this. And you can see a couple of screenshots from some of my older videos on one of the channels. And see how there's like hundreds of views? That was so cool to me because I had about that many members. So as you look at it, where did that thing go? So as you look at it, you can see that this one, 183, that's basically all the members I had in my gym. And I'm like, damn, that's cool. Every single member of the gym watched this video. Maybe a couple watched it twice. But in my head at that time, I was thinking, got 180 people. All of them watched it. And I probably watched it 10 times myself. So that was cool. And I thought that this is exactly why I do it. That was the light bulb. So to wrap it all right back to the beginning, as I said, I never advertised the online program, at least not until this past month. And yes, everyone's like, damn, I didn't know you had an online program. People thought I was crazy. Freaking can't tell you how many times I heard that, but it's the exact same thing from the beginning. I didn't want to be the person who's promoting their online program. Same way I didn't want to be the person who was that stereotypical CrossFitter. And this is what I would hear. You mean the YouTuber who criticizes movement? I think it might actually give validity to some of the videos that I do on programming, like the Bob and Joe thing. I know an ungodly amount about programming. And this is stupid, but I went to school for it. And I'll often throw crap at the fact that I went to school for it, but I spent 4 years doing it because I wanted to do it. And I've done the internships in relation to it at CrossFit gyms with weightlifting coaches for years. Everyone gives crap about the level 1 being a 2-day cert. And yes, the 2-day cert is great, but I've done a lot. I've done far more. I have an undergraduate in this stuff. Whatever. Yes, I understand. I also throw crap at myself there. So one of my original people, they bounce around like they're going. I'll always get emails from people who will say like, hey, I got to stop the program. I found an affiliate. And I'll always give the big old thumbs up. It's like, there's nothing better than the affiliate. And I'm happy that you're like in a place now. And at the very most, like if it's going crazy over there, send the affiliate owner my way. I'd love to get the affiliate owner programming. That'd be great. But I also hope that that isn't the case. And I hope that you get fitter from being just around those people in that gym. I kind of get excited when people drop off the program to go to an affiliate, but it was maybe the third or fourth time this person came back to the program. Like, I can't get it. I just need to do your stuff with your people. I've got the online Facebook group. I do the weekly live streams on Sundays. There's something about that little bit of camaraderie on top of the fact that my workouts are better than everybody else's. My intentionality is better than everybody else's. So that person came back, one of the original 80, and it made me realize that I had been stupid because of all those things. My people are the best, and I have been the thing that has been limiting growth. And like by growth, I mean with larger data sets, more people all in one spot. I really have these different crazy realizations, and one of them was over at street parking. So at Dave's Ranch, maybe 2 years ago now, I was there with a Lexus. I'm like, damn, look how cool this is with all these people. They're all of similar mindsets, and my people are the same. And I'm doing them a disservice by not bringing more of them together. So I started promoting a little bit. Freaking 55 people joined this month, which is the biggest month that it had been since that first one where I had all of my former members basically sign up for my online program. In 5 years, 1,206 people have been through the doors of my global affiliate. And that's how I'm looking at it now. It's just, and I want it to be that way. And I think that I've garnered the skills, things that I would have only dreamed to have been able to have done as an affiliate owner. Because as an affiliate owner, as you can see, I made the videos. I wanted it for my members. And I think that I have a unique set of skills now that will allow me to do better for a larger audience of people in such a way. Something that I don't think that really anybody else can do. Nobody can do what I can do on the planet at this moment in relation to exactly this. I'm one of one for my people. Some of you have been with me since 2014. I left out Mark's last name. Some of you guys just started today. I left out Michael's last name. But yeah, Mark, see, he was a member with me all this time. I'd spend time with him every single day at 11 o'clock at CrossFit Alpha Dog. He'd join up with me right away. And he's been doing, I think he has the most logins on the 2005 Wodify portal. But yes, everyone who watched the video of mine is a friend, whether you like it or not, which I really thought was kind of quirky and funny because I know people who really don't like me and the stuff that I do and say, but they can't help it but watch my videos. They have to. They got to keep in the know. And I'm excited to stop hiding what has always been there. Bad emoji. So that's all. I want to come on, do a little bit longer. Sub 5 a.m. Squat Club. Yo. Julie told me the other morning that she looked around and thought 2 years later, and we're all so fit looking. Ryan Fisher gets a lot of like CrossFit hate. I don't like people hating for the sake of CrossFit, right? Like the dude did the thing that he did. and oftentimes he's a little bit off the wall. But Ryan Fisher says a lot of good stuff. One of those things being, and while I don't like the way that he gets there, and is actually one of the reasons I'm here right now, because my members were doing his workouts and I looked at them. They'd send me them. They'd be like, "We've done dumbbell deadlifts 4 days in a row. Does he even know that? We did the same workout 3 consecutive weeks and he copy and pasted it. And it sucks." It sucked for them. They were losing their minds. They were hurting. And I wanted to help, which caused me to get to this point. So thank you, Ryan Fisher. But the things that he does well are some of the things that you need to like remove that crud from. And he says he wants his people to be walking badges of what he stands for. And I agree with what Jethro said right here. 2 years later, and we are all so fit. I don't want anyone to look at one of my members and think anything other than, damn, what are they up to? How did they do that? I want my people to be proud of themselves. I want them to be walking around like freaking badges of honor. Do you want a program for the 5 a.m. squat club? Yes, I do. Tell me about it. I think that someone invited me to one of those at one point. Get back at me. Let me know. I'm interested. Please. It would be interesting to do a ranking programming. See, now at this point, I don't know if I can do that. Main site 2007. Is that different than main site 2018? I really liked main site 2017 and 18 quite a bit. 16, 17, 18. I actually was able to meet the guy who wrote those workouts for that period of time. Incredible. Just know him as Pukey. It is 6:23, 6:29 here right now. I got up. I guess my sleep's still out of whack. Unrelated, but thank you for making the Vindicate post. Had I known where to get a no rep shirt, I would have ordered months ago. I ordered 2 yesterday. Birdcatcher. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, Travis is my guy. It's insane to me that like how easy it is to work with Travis. I'll say, "Do you think you can do this?" And he'll say no or yes. And I would say it's yes, usually 80% of the time. And you know what I do? This much. I do nothing. He makes a design. He hosts the shirt on the site. He sends the shirt. That's it. So it's the least I can do for somebody who has made my life that easy. Hi. Okay. That's really all I want to say, guys. That was it. It's the first stream. I had some time here. I wanted to expand upon a couple of points. And as I said, I would be doing 31 of you here. Who knows how many are going to watch on the back end. I'll put a link in the description you can go to andrewhiller.wodify.com. That's the link in the description. It'll bring you on over to the online program if you want to be part of what I hope to be 10,000. 10,000 is going to be the goal. I have the goal of 100,000 YouTube subscribers. I want 10,000 while doing the same workouts. I want you guys to be what Jethro says, the badge of freaking honor. Jethro's got, now here's the deal with affiliates. It's going to be kind of crazy how quickly I think we can get up to 10,000 because 3 people this morning are all joining through affiliates. Jethro's part of an affiliate. I believe there's 8 affiliates doing the program and all of their members. Crazy. It'll be quicker than I think. So that's it. Thank you guys. I'll throw that link in the description. First stream success. I thought it would only be suiting if it was, kind of ratchet. Bye.